Alrighty, hello folks. It's been a hot minute since I've posted. I'm not sick this time, so that's good. Yeeps recently dropped a new flying update, so we were gonna go check that out. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Got a new studio, trying some new concepts in the back here. Might throw in a few new things as well, but we'll figure that out as I go. So yeah, let's go check out the new update. Alrighty, so right now I'm recording off of my VR, so the audio and video quality might be different, but we're currently in the sandbox. And as you can see, I have the new wings. There's basically, you put them on your hand, you use your trigger button, which is the button on the top of your controller, and it opens the wings. You can use one, for example, what I'm doing right now, because I don't have this trigger down, but I do have that one. Or you can use two. And you flap your arms to move the wings. These are cotton rings, so what they do, stuffing rings, when you go through them, it refills your stuffing, as flying does cost a bit. Gliding downwards doesn't, so that's great. It's very similar to the broom, almost. And then flapping costs 200 per flap, and then going up costs about 20 to 100 per second. They added 2 new maps this update. So we're gonna go check out the main one that we're supposed to check out, which is Steampunk Station, which has the desert tech web because it's in the desert biome. And they added technically a new biome, but also a few new tech web items, for example the wings. So we're gonna go over those as well. Alrighty, we are now in the new biome. Ignore the notifications because I accidentally took a photo while recording. So you've got the new map, and the new biome is the fact that there isn't actually a biome technically. There's just not a floor. I can't remember how you do it. I believe it's similar to how you check the biome, like change your biomes in your private world. I don't think I have a video on that, but if you're curious, go check it out. You got the Desert Tech Web, which has all this stuff. I don't think I ever made a video on this, but you've got like the railway and that. And then here we have the new stuff. So you have a balloon, which allows you to fly if you have 2 or more. You then have the Omni Boost Ring, which basically what it does is it's that one down there. And basically whichever direction you go through it in, it speeds you up. So it's actually kind of fun for flying. And then you have the directional one, which basically is the exact same as that, except it's not every direction, it's only one direction. You have the stuffing ring, which refills your stuffing. If you make it neon, it does double, which would be 2,000 rather than the usual 1,000. And then you have the air grabbers. Now, I don't have these. I might go try and find a pair later in the video. But how they work, I don't think I can't buy them either. How they work is when you grab something, you basically just float in the air, but it costs about the same amount of cotton as, where is it? One of these. This new map is hide and seek. They added a new rule where if you touch a player, they die as seeker. You also may notice they have these new, like, almost fluffy cloud blocks, which, if you know the breakable glass blocks and the brittle blocks, it's basically a mix between those, as if you go through them too fast, they break, and if you touch them, they break after a few seconds. And then you have the wings. Now, I don't own these. I had to go around looking for these, but they're pretty fun. It's nice to just fly around. As you can see, if I fly through a cloud block, it breaks because I'm going too fast. They also added a few new building blocks. For example, let's see if I can find one. Yeah, here's a gear. This is actually pretty cool for like designs. And there's also a grate block somewhere. Now, I'm not sure if they used that anywhere on this map. I'd presume they did it maybe once, twice. You've also got the fire stuff. I don't know if I ever pointed that out. They added campfires in one of the newer updates. But right here you have the grate blocks. These are basically sort of similar to like the Halloween like bar blocks, except they're a grate. Really all it is. I believe the gears are on the can't remember which biome they're in, but they also added new wood blocks. You've got stairs, which are basically slabs and stairs, which allow you to have, like, sort of something like this, but, like, more, I guess, stair. Don't know if they have any of that in this map. Kinda. Yeah, I don't think they have much. They also have this little structure here, which I find pretty cool. You stand on this little smoke launcher thing and hit the button, and you go flying. It's like sort of a launch pad type deal. It's actually really cool. This map was really well made. I have no clue who made it, but whoever did, it's really nice. This flat map hasn't really received much changes since the lab. They also added new propeller blocks. I should mention those. Basically, these things just launch you whenever they hit you. And then there's a neon version, which does double the knockback, as most neon things do. Now we're gonna go check out the second map. Now I'm just gonna cut to it, because I can. Alrighty, we are here, and this map is called Studio. Basically, so in the most recent update before this one, they added charms, which allow you to customize items. For example, it's how I made the fancy YouTube camera and the fancy YouTube drone. Thing's pretty cool. Spent a lot of time on that. And then I've also made a few more items, but I don't feel like going over them as of right now. And this map is basically, it allows you to make this allows you to paint like the colors on it for different things. You can throw charms on items, and they just kind of stick right on. Pretty neat. And in this map, they have the music stuff, the banana of gold. I don't know why that's a thing. Gnomes, some of the new stuff. We've got a frog pond here with some of the charms under the water. They added this in the most recent update, as the original map with all the charms got removed because it was like only for the Christmas update. But here, you also have like a talk show kind of thing, where for example, you would place a camera right here, and you can either have a green screen or not have a green screen, and you just talk with somebody. Pretty neat. It's really all it is. You've got a kitchen over here that connects to the main area. You can see that there. And then you've got a few more charms. You've got the new bundle, which uses a crossbow reskin. For those of you who don't know, the crossbow basically just shoots any item you put in it. You can't throw customized items in it, but it basically shoots whatever you put in it. And you've got a reskin. You've got cuffs, nice little mustache and hat. I actually kind of like that hat. If I ever get this bundle, I think I'm gonna wear that over my current top hat. You've got the charms tech web here, which is basically all the charms that you can find on the tech web. There's some hidden charms that you can find in adventure mode. And because I haven't made a video on the new back to suburbs biome, they basically removed Build Central and made it home. And now you can just access every part of the game from that one room. And that's where I originally showed off the wings. But this map isn't too big of a deal. You've got the charms number here, like the number charms. And you've got a bunch of like almost like car part charms. You've got a propeller, which is new. A scope, which I don't think I've used yet. And then just some other extra things. That's pretty much the new maps. I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of some air grabbers, and I'll show you guys those. So yeah. Get on and check out the update yourself. It's really cool. It's kind of just fun to just fly around. You can't go above this roof here, in case people were wondering. There is a second floor, but it's like only barely in the main area. So just up here. I've got it there. And that's basically this map. So yeah. Go check out the update. It's really cool. This is the code I use most often when recording, so if you can find me there, cool. I don't know. Yeah. So, after a short time, I was able to get a hold of the air grabbers. Grabbers, not grapplers. And basically how they work is you use the trigger, you just kind of float. It costs a fair amount of coin, as you can see at the bottom of my screen. Cool thing is you can just kind of jump on air now. also really helpful for building because if you're in creative mode, for example, you can sit below a structure and put blocks up. Now, it's quite expensive, as it costs just over 300 cotton to grab, and then a steady pace of like, I think 50 per second. But it's quite a cool gadget. And you can only have one at a time, so it doesn't waste as much cotton because, I mean, you still stay in the air either way. Let's go through the cotton ring here. Yeah, it's basically the new items, new maps. And you got the bundle. I don't know if there's really much else to show off this update, but, yeah. Hope you enjoy. And don't forget to try the update yourself. It really helps the game.